DIYFO. I want to encourage you to do it yourself for others. You see, like Liam Neeson in the movie Taken, you have a very particular set of skills, and you can use those skills for others. Now, you may not work every day on the construction site, but you can swing a hammer, and the fact that you are a do-it-yourselfer shows that you're not shy away of taking on a challenge. And so I want to challenge you to be involved in an organization, whether it be Sojourners or Habitat for Humanity or Samaritan's Purse or some other organization like that in your area that is doing and helping others. So I want to encourage you to do it yourself for others. I'm going to have a list of those organizations in the description below. And if you know of an organization that is looking for do-it-yourselfers like you and me to get involved, to do for others. You see, this last Friday, I was able to be involved in a Habitat for Humanity build here in Central North Carolina. What a great day. They took us from various skill levels. Some of us had never swung a hammer to some of us had worked construction in a previous life. And they took us and paired us up, put us all together. There were people from other banks, other credit unions, other organizations. There were even solo, single volunteers. There was one gal, I think her name was Fio, and she had very limited experience, didn't come with anybody, she just volunteered. As you could tell, she was very withdrawn, stuck to herself, but by the end of the day, one of the projects we had to do, we had to insulate or attach insulation board to the inside gable end of a roof truss that is going to be flown in. Now, at the beginning of the day, she didn't know where the roof truss was. She didn't know where the gable was. She didn't know what flying in meant. But by the end of the day, she was there telling us, oh, we need to remember to tape the seams. You go, girl. She was telling us, because she got that instruction from the crew chief, because they don't have just inexperienced people. They have site chiefs and crew chiefs. So they divide us up into different crews, and then they give us instruction of all different levels. And they took us from this level, and by the end of the day, we were up here. They had all the tools. They have safety gear. They provided eye protection. They provided hard hats. They provided nail aprons. They provided hammers. They provided generators. They provided cordless tools. They loved DeWalt. Every battery operated tool out there was a DeWalt tool. So we're just swapping batteries all day long. And they had chop saws. There were folks there had never worked a chop saw. By the end of the day, they were desperate. I'm gonna do that. I like this. I'm just gonna stay here. And they stayed there the rest of the day. That was one guy. He was not familiar with the compound miter saw. And so one was set up and they said, okay, make your cut here. A lot of folks had never seen an oscillating tool before. And there they are making fine cuts with an oscillating tool with a blade attachment. They also had a Sawzall. I mean, Sawzall can be a pretty intimidating tool, you know? But there were folks there, by the end of the day, they were the dedicated Sawzall person. So just really impressive. So here they were volunteering for others, and by the end of the day, they had grown. They had grown in their knowledge of tools and their experience in what they've done with those tools. The company that I work for gives us 8 hours of PTO for community service every year. So there was a group of us from my organization who said, hey, let's do, instead of going out for bowling or something after work, let's use our community service together as a team building exercise, and we'll do Habitat for Humanity. Great idea. Whoever came up with that idea was great idea. And so they said, Eddie, would you like to join? Well, you know me from the channel here, that I've got certain experience. I didn't have all the experience. I didn't know. I was learning things as well as the folks around me as well. So So I grew a lot. But for Habitat for Humanity, in order to get a Habitat for Humanity home, it's not just a free home by any stretch of the imagination. These folks, very impressive. The guy who was doing the introduction was saying, they don't get a free home. I mean, there's some responsibilities that they have to go through in order to get to be in a Habitat home. So they have to attend classes. They have to attend classes on the mortgage process. They have to take classes on financial management. They have to hold down a steady job and have had that steady job previously. They also, once they get in the home, they have to donate so many hours of their time either on a Habitat for Humanity job site or in the Habitat for Humanity Restore. Now here in Central North Carolina, we have the largest numbers of restores, but we also have the largest restore of all the restores. What the restore does is resells stuff that is either scratch and dent off the truck from the big box stores or tear outs that are still in good condition. So like bathtubs, toilets, sinks, windows, and they'll fix those up, polish them up, and put them in the restore so folks like you and me can save a buck, but also those donations go back into the Habitat for Humanity system to help fund future builds. So those folks have to either be donating their time to a job site, construction site, for a future build for somebody else, or they have to volunteer in a restore. So I think that's just very smart. You know, as we see the news, whether it be the fires in LA or the destruction in Western North Carolina from Hurricane Helene, we see people in need. And I want to encourage you to volunteer, to sign up, to donate your time, to donate your experience, to donate your DIY mindset, to do it yourself, but for others. Will you do that? Will you do that? And if you've done so, will you share your experience in the comment section below? Or if you know of an organization that's looking for helpers, drop that in the comment section below as well. I'm Eddie Field with Field Guide to DIY. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for being a do-it-yourselfer, and thank you much for considering to do it yourself for others. I'll see you in the next video.